Night Beat or Night Terror? What's it?
Dana Plato's video game?
Night Trap.
Ooh, really? That makes it sound like a cautionary tale for would-be pedophiles.
That would be called TikTok.
Oh, take that, multi-trillion-dollar company. Night Trap, yeah. We've talked about that before, right?
I don't know if we talked about it on the show.
Oh, well, you can get it for the Nintendo Switch.
Oh, wow.
Night Trap.
Nice.
Do you have a...
I did. I got one, a Nintendo Switch recently, and actually I got 3, and I flipped them on eBay. I'm a flipper.
Nice. How much did you make?
Just probably like $40 total, but it was kind of fun doing it.
Yeah.
Apparently,
I'm a flipper.
PS5s
flip you off.
Aren't supposed to be
you didn't
like
have
in
to do it.
general release until 2022. And
Wait, what? Wait, say that again. I was thinking about flipping.
PS5s aren't supposed to be in general release until 2022. So, I was definitely thinking about 2023. I'm sorry, 2023.
Jesus.
And so I was thinking about just buying up a bunch and just flipping them for the next year and a half.
Flip them up.
Is that what you say to yourself?
That's my catchphrase. That's my catchphrase when I'm getting on eBay.
You should
flip them up. Flip them up. Yeah. I say that every time I log in to eBay.
You should abandon this bullshit podcast and start a flipping podcast.
I guess maybe I should do a flipping podcast.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Mike Wiebe's flipping podcast.
You know what? If you want to get something, I think I'm TEKOBULLER.
How's your Grim Reaper going?
Yeah, how's that Beanie Baby selling?
I don't know if I put that up. I maybe didn't put that up yet.
I think you have some sentimental attachment to the Beanie Baby. Is what we're learning.
Well, you know what? I was waiting to get closer to Halloween.
Ah,
oh, you're pretty close.
That's a flip tip. That's a Wiebe flip tip.
Flip tips.
If
I
you
like
have
that.
something spooky, get it closer to Halloween. Buy low, sell high.
Oh. Get a pen, everyone, for the listener. Write these down.
These are flip tips.
Flip tips. Yeah, they always sell your sports memorabilia right when somebody sets a record, because it will never be worth as much ever again.
Yes.
So
yes.
I know you've got a lot of.
I have a lot of. I got a lot
football
of
cards.
Got a lot of Bo Jackson stuff.
Yeah, Bo Jackson did signal the beginning of nonsense collecting of baseball cards. Like this is the best time to collect baseball cards when they're never going to be worth anything ever again.
He knew football and he knew baseball.
But was he good at either one? Like I remember
he was great at both of them.
He was great.
Then why is he still around? Nobody talks about Bo Jackson anymore.
I do. I brought him up right now. I'm selling his cleats.
Oh, you could sell those for a ton. He's still beloved. He had a career-ending injury on the football field that caused his hip to go necrotic.
Oh wow!
You want to make fun of that?
What?
Yeah, he had like a freak thing, and it cut it. I think he kept playing baseball for a while, but yeah.
One time I fought a necrotic wizard.
What was your D&D character called that fought that necrotic wizard?
This wasn't D&D. This was real life. That's how I got my amulet.
Now, is that different from a lich, and how so?
Yeah, it's deader than a lich.
Really?
Yeah.
I think liches are pretty dead. I think liches are definitely undead, right?
The necrotic, they stink. They smell like
yeah, that's true.
They smell like a Floridian basement.
Just moldy shag carpeting and malt liquor just kind of seeping into like it's what comes up from the ground there is the last sip of malt liquor.
Indeed. Yeah, when you punch them, a bunch of juice breaks out, and sometimes it gets in your mouth.
Does it get you high or
No, it just tastes bad. It makes you vom. It made me vom.
Is that the way to say vomit now?
The way the kids talk.
Yeah, that's how me and my peers
vomit, vom.
Talk, vom. We don't have time. We don't have time for
it. Is that?
I get it. I shorten a lot of words because I'm such a I live that hustle culture. It's that grind or die is what my mindset.
Yeah.
So sometimes I'll make a breve.
What?
That's short for abbreviation. I make a breve.
I thought you said make it brief, and I thought, well, that's
No, breve.
No,
I mean, it's a long word. Any word that I can cut down syllables on, I do.
How would you say? I don't know. What has a lot of syllables?
pulmonary.
Pulmonary.
Yeah,
It'd be called P-Dog.
So let's say you're fighting a necrotic wizard, and he fires an incantation at you, and you block it. How would you refer to that incantation?
I would say that's my eye juice.
Is it always the first letter and then a one-syllable word after it?
I mean, sometimes you're just abbreviating it shorter, but sometimes, yeah. It depends. It's a nuanced. I mean, they say English is the toughest language to learn, but it's especially tough if you are young and hip like I am.
It was easy for us.
It was easy, yeah.
So the rest of the world just must be real stupid, right? Because they can't learn English.
Yeah. I mean, I've thought that a lot. Like, that is when they say English is the hardest language to learn, it's like, well, yeah, but I guess I picked it up, no prob.
You've been speaking it for a very long time.
Notice I just said prob.
Wait a minute, prob. That's clever. Okay, yeah.
Oh.
I think I'm getting it.
So sometimes just shortening the word.
Yeah.
So what other languages do you speak again?
I've heard you speak Italian.
Italian. I know gutter speak. It's a mishmash of Chinese, English, and Spanish.
This is going to get us in trouble.
What?
Yeah, it's the language that they speak. That's
right.
the language that Gaff speaks in Blade Runner.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
And if you watch the narrated version of Blade Runner, he explains, like, it was gutter speak, a mishmash of Chinese, Italian, and whatever. And he was like, every good Blade Runner knew it.
Wait, are you a Blade Runner?
No, but that was a real. I mean, that's we're past the year that Blade Runner was set in, so obviously the language is real now.
Well, it's like Ridley Scott's like Tolkien. He, in Elvish, he completely recreated that language, so it exists.
Yeah, in fact, he created the movie. Even though you only hear anyone talk like that for a couple minutes in Blade Runner, that whole movie was made just to facilitate creating that language.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. Well,
Mark Ryan's here. Well.
I guess it's all business now.
I'm sorry I interrupted.
That's okay. I was just explaining things.
Right. It was wonderful.
Mm-hmm.
Are you ready to get started here?
Oh, sure. Yes.
Now that the teacher's here to watch us?
Yes.
And judge us?
Yes.
To call Brian names?
He's never called me a name.
Not to your face.
Yeah,
your
when
face.
you're out of it.
Really?
That's why he sends you to the principal's office to get it, with a note. So I was like, you know what Brian did?
Is there something you want to tell me, Mark?
No, I don't think so. I can't get my volume fixed here, so you guys are really loud.
That sounds like a blessing.
Doesn't seem
You're
like
welcome.
a problem.
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah. Sounds like it is working, and it's working perfectly.
Mm-hmm. There's a symphony in your brain right now that is
A sweet symphony.
Yes.
Three pleasing.
A bittersweet symphony.
I think that what Mark is hearing is the opposite of a bittersweet symphony. It's just a sweet symphony because it's our voices.
Yeah, but
Isn't there a candy bar called a symphony? Isn't that like a Hershey's candy bar?
Symphony sounds right.
You're thinking about a whatchamacallit.
No.
Now that was a funny candy bar.
It was.
It used to cause a lot of confusion.
Yeah. It was really hard to order one of those when you had to order them instead of just picking them up.
Yeah,
all those times you had to
exactly.
go to the counter. You'd get an issue of Penthouse Forums and a whatchamacallit.
Yeah.
It was real confusing.
You ever just, go up and go, hey, can you give me a whatchamacallit? And they think you're talking about Penthouse Forum, and you just don't want to say the name?
Yeah, they hand you a big dildo.
I don't know what kind of 7-Eleven you went to, but it's a Slurpee and a dildo.
Yeah,
it was some movie tie-in. I don't know. Maybe
the Jack Shack that I go to has candy, has a whole candy aisle, and for some reason, the candy's behind the counter.
How have I not heard the phrase Jack Shack in my life? Because
you never heard that before?
I've never heard it called a Jack Shack.
Yeah, you know why they call it that?
No, why? Just because it's like a generic place that any old guy could go, any old Jack could go there, isn't that?
Pretty much, yeah. Pretty much, that's it.
Pretty much.
Welcome to INS, the International News Service, your source for the most important weird news from across the globe. With news analyst Kevin Harrison, actor, comedian, and musician Mike Wiebe, and professional commentator Brian Camp. INS, the news you need.
All right, you guys ready to get started here?
I thought we had already started. Now right. I'm way off, guys.
Welcome to the International News Service. We're your hosts. I'm Kevin Harrison, along with...
I am Brian Camp.
I am Mike Wiebe, and down in the lower thirds, we've got straight out of band practice. He's still got it on his band outfit because it was a dress rehearsal. So he's currently taking off his sashes and his flowy headband and his silver lame. It's Mark Ryan.
Hey, everybody. Woo! Hey, I did get a new shirt today. It's got,
really?
Nice.
It's got snaps.
It's sheer. It's sheer. We can see your nips.
I can snap it open.
Whoa.
Don't say you can snap it open and not snap it open.
I did. I just did. Yeah, I'm not going to give you more than that. We can
already see it through the mesh, okay?
Yeah.
Pearl snaps are I love pearl snaps. I'm a big fan of the pea snaps.
That just means we need to have another get together so we can all get to know each other well enough that you feel comfortable enough to rip your shirt open in front of us. Now I think we all have a bit of a goal. That's good.
Just he's saving that move for the stage right before he goes into a solo.
That's right.
No, that's just for our
fan blowing
for the INS live show.
Oh yeah,
right. The INS live tour, 50 states, 50 days. Just wait. Tickets go on sale next week.
Why would we stay in the fucking U.S.? This is the International News Service. Let's get out of this shithole.
True.
Get to Ireland. True. Let's get over to Ireland, to Denmark.
Sweet Irish.
Each of the Irish counties, one day at a time.
Mm-hmm. County Cork. That's one of them.
Mm-hmm.
And what's another one?
Probably a good one.
Yeah. Yeah. I've heard that. I've heard there's a lot of good ones there.
Yeah.
And we would go to we like Denmark, right?
We love Denmark.
And their sex clubs.
Oh yeah.
Are you married? All three of you?
Yeah, well, that dead.
Yeah. Also, diplomatic immunity. You ever think about that, Kevin?
True.
Yeah, I haven't heard diplomatic.
I mean, I'm single. I don't. I already have diplomatic immunity.
You have immunity in the States too, as well.
Right.
You have international immunity.
National and international.
You have no need for immunity, I think is a better way to say it.
There's no need for it.
Right.
I don't want to get COVID.
That's not real.
Yeah.
That shit ain't real.
Can we get past this made up COVID bullshit, please?
Man, I sure wish that COVID wasn't real, though. That would be nice, because I'm fucking sick of it.
Yeah.
You know what? You guys, I'm going to say it right now. COVID sucks.
Whoa. Hey.
Come on,
controversial.
Man.
We should make a t-shirt that says, fuck COVID. It sucks.
I think we might have a real problem with all of our pro-COVID listeners. We might lose people, but I like to stand. I like taking a stand, Mike. You know,
sometimes you have to.
It's hard to do that. You've got to have skin in the game.
Sometimes you have to break an omelet to eat an egg.
That's a fact.
So our first story comes to us from NPR.
And what does that stand for?
National Public Radio.
Okay.
So this is based in the States.
Yeah, this is not international public radio.
This is happening in Europe somewhere.
What, can they do that? I don't Okay, well,
isn't our tax money paying for this? Why is our tax money paying for stories that aren't even national?
Yeah.
The Chubb Group's going to get a letter from me. That's for sure.
Yeah.
They're in big trouble.
Is Chubb Group just a more proper way of saying sausage party?
No, I mean, it could be. I'm talking about the Justin Verdant Society people. That's the Chubb Group, right?
Yeah, they are for a Justin Ernest. What is it? Justin
Verdant.
What Society?
Verdant.
No, Just and Verdant. It's not somebody.
What the fuck does Verdant mean?
I don't know. Green, right?
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Like Ireland's a Justin Verdant.
Well,
land.
obviously.
Mm-hmm.
So, since June, a new trader has burst onto the cryptocurrency scene.
Oh boy, this is my type of shit right here.
God damn
I am a crypto boy. So continue. I don't know what you're gonna say, but I'm gonna have a lot to say about it.
Okay, I'm excited. This is not about you, by the way. I just want to point out.
I know it's not, because I don't trade. I don't trade over there. I trade over here, and I am a mover, and I know a lot about it. I have my own TikTok channel that's just about crypto.
What is the address for that?
69 spooky bucks.
With no training, this new trader has consistently outperformed Bitcoin, the NASDAQ 100, Warren Buffett's Berkshire Hathaway, and the S&P 500.
God damn! What is this? Is it? I'm gonna guess. We're talking about. Are we talking about Cockcoin?
Well,
is that
oh no, I forgot. That's my crypto that I'm promoting called Cockcoin, because it's very it's controversial because it has a bad word in it. But it's got a picture of a rooster though, so it's like it's very cheeky, very cheeky.
Good. This new trader, who goes by the name of Mr. Gox, is also a hamster.
What?
On June 12th, Mr. Gox was credited around $380 and was given a new cage that had a hamster wheel and 2 tunnels. One tunnel was labeled buy and the other was labeled sell. When Mr. Gox runs on his hamster wheel, he selects between dozens of cryptocurrencies. Mr. Gox then decides whether to buy or sell the selected cryptocurrency when he runs through the labeled tunnel. Whoever is behind Mr. Gox's trading has not been revealed, but Mr. Gox can be watched in real time on Twitch, and so far, his portfolio is up over 20%.
I don't buy it.
You don't buy something people are watching in real time?
I don't buy that it's real time.
You can train a hamster to do anything.
Right. Like what, Mike?
I mean, I'm just saying you can train them to do tie their feet up so they can't scratch.
Oh, Mike.
Well, what's the market cap?
There's no market cap.
Okay, well, what's the bit rate?
What do you mean?
Exactly. You guys, I can't even talk about this with y'all.
Right. Have we said anything about blockchain yet? That's how I know we're talking about cryptocurrency.
Yeah, what's the blockchain? How many blocks is it in this chain?
No.
Dozens.
It's not enough.
They say that a chain is only as strong as its weakest link.
And guess what, Mr. Gax? You are the weakest link.
He's doing better than your portfolio is.
Are you threatening?
That's not true. My portfolio's up. My portfolio's is very strong, except for fucking Dogecoin. Fuck that shit. Other than Dogecoin, my portfolio is doing great.
Now, Doge, is that a hamster?
No, it's a dog. It's a fucking stupid dog. It's fucking stupid Elon Musk, who is getting unmarried. Or was he married to Grimes, or were they just are they getting divorced, or they just broke up?
Married. They were like Hollywood married.
Yeah, they had a throuple. He was breaking news. I know through inside sources.
Oh,
they had a lady enter their relationship, and guess what? That's always the last gasp of a marriage. That's also from the news desk of my psychology department. I'm covering a lot of bases here.
You are.
Good job.
Appreciate
you citing all your
gossip,
sources.
Crypto, and relationship advice.
Is that all in Spooky Buck 69? Is that where
It's
we
all
need to go?
Spooky Buck 69.
Spooky Buck 69.
And I have to credit my buddy Zaid, who called crypto Spooky Bucks, and it's the funniest thing in the world to me.
Well, he's a good man. Can you explain to the listener and to me what exactly?
I can explain anything to anybody.
He's a trained hamster. He can do it.
I don't even know why I ask.
Yeah.
No, Mike's not a trained hamster. He trains hamsters.
I train hamsters.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's hard to tell the difference.
Well, his words, he binds their hands and feet. I don't know why.
No, I'm saying you can do it. I didn't say I did it.
Mm.
You can train them to bind their own hands and feet.
Can you really?
Yeah, you got. Yeah, I mean, at some point, you have to there has to be two hamsters so one can help the other one out. But
yeah, it's a two hamster job,
right?
So what actually constitutes a throuple? Does it mean that is there it
just means there's a third party in the romantic relationship, but on the reg, it's like a
sister wives thing, like an LDS kind of.
Yeah, I guess
God said this was cool thing, or.
Well, I don't think that Elon Musk believes in God.
He's Mormon.
Is he?
Wow. He's definitely Mormon.
He definitely has this sense of humor of a Mormon.
Yeah.
How does that sense of humor go?
Bleep, blop, bleep, blop, Lord.
He's going to go to Kolob someday, right? Isn't that a Mormon thing?
Yeah.
Or is that Scientology?
I mean, it's an actual destination. That's why he created SpaceX.
Mm-hmm.
Is to get there. Anyway, there was some picture of Grimes walking down the road. This is more gossip. Grimes walking down the road.
Why did her parents name her Grimes?
She was just a filthy, filthy baby.
Okay.
But she's walking down the road and she's wearing looks like she's wearing the Scarlet Witch's outfit. It's a full costume, and she was reading a book, and I don't know. It was, I don't know. If they can't work it out, then how do any of the rest of us have any hope for?
Was she reading a book as a prop, as I'm a smart person
I
prop?
think so. I mean, she's literally walking and reading a book.
Nobody does that.
Yeah. But if anyone does have any, I do crypto consulting.
Okay.
So.
And they get a hold of you at 69 Spooky Bucks.
69 Spooky Bucks.
Okay. Our next story comes to us from the Washington Post.
The Post with the most.
Mm-hmm.
Recently, a Virginia woman named Lori Ann Tallons was arrested by federal officials as the mastermind of a counterfeiting scheme. Federal prosecutors alleged that over the last 3 years, Tallons counterfeited over $31 million in coupons. Her coupons featured glossy paper, corporate logos, text, pictures, and barcodes. She then made $400,000 selling coupons to over 2,000 customers.
Were these counterfeited, or were they copies of legitimate coupons, or were they completely fake coupons?
I think they were legitimate coupons, and I think that
now Brian is calling them coupons and Kevin is calling them coupons.
Well, as someone who was a checker at a grocery store, I think I'm permitted to call them coupons.
Oh, where at Kroger's? You ever checker at Kroger's?
You are a piece of shit. Kroger. There is no fucking S. It is Kroger.
Okay, so Jeff Kroger doesn't own Kroger's.
Ben Kroger.
That's what I meant, Ben Kroger. And it's his store, so it's Kroger's.
It's just Kroger.
No, Albertsons is your store.
Jewel Osco. That's where Mike shops. Exclusively at Jewel Osco.
I do like Jewel Osco.
Let's make more references to 1990 grocery store chains.
Mm-hmm. Well, they got Jewel Osco overseas.
Oh, dude,
Food Lion.
It's real big in Western Europe. And where?
We still got a Howdy Doody in Denton, okay.
You mean Piggly Wiggly?
No, Piggly Wiggly's gone.
What? On Sherman?
Piggly Wiggly's gone.
I want to say it's like a Fiesta or something now.
Probably a fucking saloon now.
Mm-hmm. Probably a Jack Shack.
Probably a Jack Shack right downtown. Yep. And it's still called Piggly Wiggly.
That smile on that pig's face means something entirely different now.
Entirely different.
Mm-hmm. Yep, I'm gonna go down to the Piggle Wiggle.
Yeah, there's a sign that says, "No shirt, no shoes, no pants, no problem."
Mm-hmm. That smiling pig.
Mm-hmm.
Ugh.
Talons not only used social media to find groups of coupon enthusiasts and sell them fakes, but she built a pyramid scheme where she would recruit new salespeople to sell fakes for her. Talons was sentenced to 12 years for multiple counts of fraud and another 10 years for defrauding Medicaid and the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program out of roughly $43,000 when she failed to report this and her husband's legitimate income. Bud Miller, the executive director of the Coupon Information Corporation.
Oh, God. What the fuck?
The CIC was on the case, I see.
A not-for-profit association of manufacturers that fight coupon fraud.
Oh, really? There's no profit in that business? In fighting coupon fraud? There's not a mint to be made?
Heroes don't always do it for money, Mike.
He said, quote, "Despite Hollywood's recent portrayal of coupon fraud as a comedy or simply bending the rules, it is a serious matter."
What an asshole. I hate Bud.
Hollywood portrayal.
Yeah.
You've seen the Star Wars movies. You know what those are about.
That's right.
Han Solo run around with Chewbacca getting extra space slushies.
Right. That somehow the Death Star is just an analogy for or a metaphor for Triple Coupon Day.
Yeah.
Well, my name's Deadpool. I'm snarky. Right. I make fun of people, and I get extra Whataburgers.
I will tell the listener if we have any coupon collectors out there, it's fine to use them, but don't ever think that the checker enjoys you slamming down over 100 coupons and expecting you to determine which ones are expired or not expired.
Ooh,
because that's not a fun thing. You always get a little cute smile on your face. You think it's, well, here, let's see how much I saved. Like I don't care about that. Nobody wants that. Just do your business and leave. You're a horrible person. You're ruining everybody's time in the grocery store.
Can't you just run all the coupons? You gotta look every one of them up. See if they're expired or not.
You scan them. They don't go through. You don't know if it's because there's an issue with the barcode or it's not in your system. So you've got to look at it. You got to find the little expired on it. Then you've got to find the product and make sure that, this is the 8-ounce Colgate, not the 12-ounce Colgate. This doesn't apply. And then you get the person to argue with you saying, no, this says here and you have to take it. And that's not what it is awful.
Holds up the line.
I think Brian thinks that this woman did not get enough time is what I'm hearing here.
Do people...
No, I don't know. She didn't. Whatever.
She was passing off those coupons. The ones
I guess people are still doing. Wasn't there a show even called like Coupon Collectors or something?
Oh yes. It was one of those like hoarders adjacent shows where people spent a great deal of their time effectively collecting enough coupons that they were paying themselves less than minimum wage to buy food that they would never eat and then store in their garage for the apocalypse. It will never happen. And if it does, we'll only make them a target for people like us to steal from. So
congratulations. I'll steal your case of Denny Moore beef stew.
You're a vegetarian. Would you stop being a vegetarian just because you were starving?
No, but I just want the case.
I think I answered my own question.
I just want that Denny Moore beef stew to know it's there.
Man, that's got a real rotten. It's got a real Florida smell to it.
Mm-hmm. Basement in Florida.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's cool. I mean, if she was just the Medicaid thing is maybe I don't even know if that's bad or not. But if you're just defrauding like fucking Best Buy and Walmart and stuff, then you go, girlfriend, is what I have to say to you. That's all I have to say about that.
Our next story comes to us from the New York Times.
Like which one? Like between 3 and 4, or which times are we
all the times, Brian. Singer, songwriter, and actress Mariah Carey has had a number of business ventures over the years.
Oh, yeah.
And now she's entered the whiskey market, but not in Ireland or the rest of Europe.
What?
It seems Mariah Carey named her whiskey Black Irish to honor both her father, who was black, and her mother's Irish heritage. Unfortunately, this name brought her into dispute with Darker Still Spirits, an Irish liquor company that has owned the Black Irish European trademark since 2015.
Innovators, the Irish. Innovators.
Exactly. Always ahead of the curve. The Mariah Carey curve.
Oh, and boy, buddy, you bet she's got some curves.
I was just waiting.
Ooh la la.
Mariah Carey.
Merry Christmas indeed. She can sing in tones that only dolphins can hear.
You think she can still do that? She still got those pipes?
I don't know. She can break windows like Daryl Hannah and Splash.
I don't think I've ever seen Splash.
What?
I don't think I've ever seen it.
Tom Hanks.
Daryl Hannah. John Candy. Eugene Levy.
I didn't remember Eugene Levy.
Keep going. Who else? Who did the score for it?
Ron Howard, the director.
Ron Howard directed it.
Little Opie Taylor. Did Henry Mancini do the score?
Probably not.
I think it was Henry Mancini. Since you guys don't know, I'm gonna just say that's what it is. So I also know things about movies. Okay. I hear that one was shot on film.
Well, yeah, in 1984, everything was shot on film.
Right, and that's the point I was making. It's an older film. Older film.
Lee Holdridge, and written by Bubbaloo Mandel.
Yes, Bubbaloo Mandel. That's a lot of people credit Splash as his finest work.
What about City Slickers? He also wrote that.
You know, that was kind of a resurgence for him, but it wasn't Splash, I don't think. City Slickers, another movie that was shot on film.
Wow, very profound.
Yeah, it is. What kind of film?
16 millimeter.
For the listener, Brian doesn't know why that's funny.
No one does.
That's why the three of us are laughing. Mariah Carey's company knew of this trademark registration, but nevertheless filed a trademark in the EU on January 2021. It allegedly had another company called Herzog Holdings move to have two other Darker Still trademarks removed. Richard Ryan, a co-founder of Darker Still, responded to Mariah Carey's dispute by saying, quote, "You don't assimilate with Irish culture while simultaneously doing everything in your power to damage an actual Irish business."
I'm going to speak up for Mariah Carey here because no one else is. I don't think that this was her doing. I think this was her ex-husband, Nick Cannon. I think Nick Cannon did this.
He of many child fame, I think. I think I saw that.
Yeah, he's on America's Got Talent, I think, maybe. This seems like the type of stuff he gets into.
Darker Still's co-founder also added, quote, "I did a search for Mariah Carey about a week ago. In the Google image search, for a matter of about half an hour, I came up first. I said, my parents will be proud."
That's good. Can you explain something to me, Kevin?
Yeah.
The story seems to indicate that Mariah Carey had created a third business just to try to take down the trademark of the business that she was already stealing a name from. Is that correct?
Well, so the basic dispute is that Darker Still has another company with a trademark dispute against them, and they allege that Mariah Carey's company, which I think is called like Splash or something. Oh, there
what?
It is. Yeah,
what?
I think it was called Splash.
Oh my full fucking circle!
It's a small circle, but it's still a full circle, right?
It's still a full circle. It's still small, but it's a circle.
The allegation is that her company had Herzog Holdings, which I don't know if that's related to Werner Herzog or not.
Oh, yeah, she's a huge fan. I know that for a fact. She's seen all his movies.
Yeah.
She loves his meditations on death.
He got his start as the cinematographer in Splash.
No, he was making movies before.
I did not.
Yeah.
You're thinking of a different Werner Herzog.
Werner Herzog.
Yes. Yeah.
But yeah, so at the same time this is happening with Mariah Carey's company, then there's a dispute against 2 more of their trademarks with another company. And so the allegation is that Mariah Carey's company got Herzog Holdings to dispute these other trademarks at this time. And again, it's just an allegation, but it's
that has to be some sort of fraud, wouldn't you think?
What do you mean? What do you mean fraud?
Well, it just seems that if you are masking if you're using a third party to lodge complaints to gain leverage against a business you're already having an issue with, I think that is at the very least
it would probably be
business.
An abusive process.
I don't know what that is.
Probably an abuse of the legal process, but I don't know European law, so I don't know how any of that necessarily
Mike,
works.
you're a celestial lawyer.
I'm a celestial lawyer. I don't know much about Euro law, although, as we all know, a lot of celestial law is directly translated down to medieval law, which is obviously European law. Let me ask you this. Are there any fairy folk named in the lawsuit?
Not yet. And they prefer to be called Fae.
No, not in the States.
Mariah Carey's middle name.
Mariah Faye Carey.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. TV, fantasy TV. I can't hit those notes.
Is that a Mariah Carey song?
I haven't done a warm-up today. Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, you think that, does Mariah Carey like to get crunked? Does she like to get lit on whiskey? I don't see her as a whiskey person. I see her more of a peppermint schnapps, something more Christmassy than Irish whiskey.
Eggnog. She just
drinks eggnog.
Drinks eggnog all the time.
24/7.
Just out wassailing every night.
Wassle's pretty good.
That's how she got her start. Was caroling. That's how they learned that she had such a good voice.
That's how she got discovered. There's a whole bunch of people singing "We Wish You a Merry Christmas," like a full flourish. Well, she's and a happy new and it was in front of Quincy Jones' house. He's like, "Baby, you got the goods."
So be careful, you might get discovered, Mike. This might be your story someday.
It's true.
Yeah, someone's listening to this podcast, and
Mm-hmm.
I mean, whatever. It could crazier things have happened. I just do it for the love of singing, though. I'm not trying to.
You could, but you're not trying.
Exactly.
Right. We understand.
Exactly.
You've never considered music as a career, so
no. Why would you? It's just for people to love and enjoy.
You're a good man, Mike.
I know.
So this next story is a Patreon exclusive. So, if you want to hear it, go to our Patreon, and for $3, you can join the Knights of Kevin, and it will be available.
Forgot that we called it that. That's good and dumb.
And it does involve the word Neanderthal. So expect Brian to be very upset.
God damn it. And me. I'm not happy with that pronunciation
you
either.
Said it like last week you said Neanderthal. And Brian got mad.
Well, I made a mistake.
Well, it's because you've been
it's because you've been confusing me.
Thing. You just
Anyway, for more of this hilarious excitement, go to our Patreon and
hilarious excitement.
Sign up. So this episode comes out on October 13th. Mark, do you have anything to plug?
Yeah, I've got a show on the 23rd of October at the Texas Theater after a showing of Return of the Living Dead, the best zombie movie outside of the original Night of the Living Dead.
I can agree with that.
And what's your band called?
Viticon.
Okay. And Mike, do you have anything coming up?
Yes. Actually, on the 13th, I will be performing
tonight.
Tonight, I'll be in Oklahoma City with Kyle Kinane at, I don't know, I'll just look up Kyle Kinane. And then I'm doing like 4 more shows. We're doing the next night in Dallas at the Texas Theater. And then, so it's the 14th in Dallas, the 15th in Austin at the Paramount, the 16th at somewhere in San Antonio, I forget, and then the 17th at the Secret Group in Houston. And there's 2 shows for that Secret Group show, but come out. It's going to be good. I think there's most of the shows, there might be 1 or 2 that are sold out, but I think there's still some tickets. And yeah, I'm very excited about these shows.
Nice.
Will people be able to see VidCon, Mike, and leave messages for you to see the next night?
Well, when's VidCon playing?
The 23rd.
So we'll be before.
Oh, so people could see you.
VidCon. So I can leave messages. We'll see if if Mark can afford it. Maybe I'll plug his show at my show.
Wow.
Maybe I'll do a tight 10 on VidCon, on rock and roll music, and get people open to the idea of going to see live music.
I was just going to ask where Mike was going to leave a special message for Mark.
Ooh.
So Mark knows where to find it.
Good question.
I'll leave it under the seat that Lee Harvey Oswald was sitting in the historic Texas Theater.
Nice.
Mm-hmm. Where he saw Splash with Jack Ruby.
Yep.
I hope it's a drawing. Make sure you label the drawing really well for me, too.
Like something real dirty with the Piggly Wiggly mascot. Just,
but don't tell me though.
The newest.
I want to be surprised.
Oh yeah.
He puts the Wiggly back into Piggly Wiggly.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I wonder if that Piggly Wiggly mascot has a name for our international listeners. Piggly Wiggly. It was a smaller size grocery store, and they had a pig that was walking around that kind of looked like Porky Pig, but I can't remember. Did he have pants? I can't remember if he had pants.
I think he
wore
pants.
like a butcher's outfit. Yeah. Wasn't he wearing like a classic like white coat and white pants? Well, yeah.
Really? Is that appropriate for a pig? He's butchering his fellow pig?
Pigs eat slop. Pigs will eat anything, man.
Yeah. People, even. People.
Mm-hmm. Human people.
Human people. Which maybe that's what they were killing, you know?
Maybe that's why they went out of business. There he is.
Oh, there he is.
Yeah. I think so happy. Oh, you know he's.
Yeah.
There's something dirty happening to that pig.
Yeah, there's something. He has a very crazed look in his eye.
Right. It needs to say Jack Shack underneath Piggly Wiggly just to make it very clear what's happening.
He looks like a sexual deviant.
So I think that wraps up another week of the International News Service. Check us out across the internet at International News Pod. Feel free to reach out to us at internationalnewspod@gmail.com. Check out our merch store at Redbubble, and check us out on Patreon. And do us a favor, if you would, feel free to. I can't
just
think of anything.
Tell one person. Just
tell
roll
one
up to
person
him,
about us.
Punch him in the gut, slap him in the face.
Say, this is for International News Service.
As they're passing out from consciousness, go, listen, International News Service, wherever you get your podcasts, motherfucker. You can yell it, because I'm kind of just demonstrating what they'll hear as they're fading out.
Okay, nice.
Of consciousness.
It's a bold marketing strategy, but I think it's gonna pay off. I think it's going somewhere.
It worked for Slim Jim.
Thank you for listening to the International News Service. Don't forget to rate, review, and subscribe to the podcast. INS, the news you need.